Hey everyone, this is Tomo from travelfreedompodcast.com and travelfreedomnetwork.com, and today we're talking about how to start a travel blog and make money, because that's the killer extra part of this line, right? You want to make some money out of starting your blog, not just have it sitting there making $0. So, first of all, you need to actually get your blog set up. You need to have all of your online presence built and there so that people can find you before you can actually start making any money out of it. So first of all, in this video, we're going to look at the quick 3-step setup guide. It's actually really easy. You can get set up in about an hour, if not less than that. You can have your website up and running and available to the public. So first of all, you need to get quality hosting. That is the place where your website lives. You want something that will deliver that website fast to people, that's reliable, that has a bit of support as well, so if you've got any problems they can help you out. And you want something affordable, because when you're starting your first business you probably don't want to have to invest thousands of dollars in hosting just in case you take ages getting your business right. So for this we use BlueHost. This is our favorite hosting that's affordable, and we started using them in January 2014-ish, sort of early 2014, and it's been great. We've been on the shared hosting plan. Even though we get a lot of traffic now, it's still running okay. We are getting to the point where we need to upgrade, but when you're starting out, you'll be fine with using shared hosting. So let's take a look at the Bluehost site. We have got one of their offers on at the moment. If you use our link from below this video or in our article, then that will take you to their latest offer page. And we have got $3.95 a month is what they're doing as their best price package. It does vary. I've seen it down to $3.49 a month, but that's pretty rare. Normally $3.95 is about standard. So if you want to go through to that, you can take a look at your $3.95 a month offer and see what you get. And when you do look at this, you'll see that actually with the very basic package, which is not the one we use the next one up. The very basic one doesn't have a lot of inclusions. You can have one site on there, 100 megabytes worth of email, which is going to fill up relatively quickly. So we really suggest looking at the plus option, $6.95 a month, still very affordable. One of the biggest bonuses here is you get the CDN, which is a content delivery network. That essentially means that your photos are hosted somewhere else. So like your website content is delivered from one place and all your photos are delivered from another place, meaning that that speeds up your website overall. And you've also got unlimited website options, so if you chose to start a second website at some point, you've already got the place to put it. Unlimited bandwidth is available on all of them, and you also get a domain. So you can get your first domain for free, so that's going to save you $10 or $15 for doing that. That's only for the first year. You do have to pay when you renew that after a year. So let's go ahead and select this one, and you'll see what you get next. So you get to choose your free domain. I'm going to have this one because I'm not really signing up. I already have an account. And so it turns out that .com is available, so that is excellent news. And then you can put in all your basic account information. Now when you get to the package information, you'll see that the price is $6.95 for a month if you sign up for 3 years. That's what we did when we signed up. We got the best price by doing that, because of course $1 a month for 3 years, you're going to save $36 by not spending that extra dollar. If you sign up for a shorter period of time, then obviously you pay a bit more, and when it gets to the end of that period the price probably goes up, because it's like a promotional rate when you sign up the first time. So it's a pretty good idea to get the 3 years. And when we signed up, it actually had a sort of pro rata payback. If you leave your account before the 36 months, you can actually get part of the money that you spent back. I don't know for sure if they still do that. You want to check the terms and conditions about that one. You can turn these off. This will save you a bit of money. $1.99 a month for site backup. You can actually get that for free. I'm going to tell you about a plugin that does that later on. And also the security for the site, you can also get a plugin that does that for free. So that makes it really easy. You might want domain privacy, or you may not. I don't normally bother, but it means that people can't find out who you are, who owns the domains. So that can be useful. And put your billing information in and submit. Terms and conditions are all here as well. You can check them out if you want. And then you will get your hosting. So once you have that set up, you log in and that will take you to your C panel, like your main hosting panel. Here you get lots and lots of options, and your domain that you included when you bought it will also be there. It'll be there when you sign up. It'll be automatically attached to your account because BlueHost makes it easy for you. Then you can click the Install WordPress button down here in the website section, and this is going to let you install the software on your site that will run your site. So this will mean that you actually have a blog up and running and on there, and it's really, really quick and easy to do. So once you've clicked through to the install options, literally you got an install button. Pretty simple. You don't need to worry too much about having them do it for you unless you're really, really scared of doing anything technical. But I suggest you learn a little bit about doing it yourself by actually doing it yourself. It's not that scary. Click the install button and that will take you through to some more options here. You can add your WordPress install to wherever you want. You'll probably only have one domain when you start, so you add it to that. You can choose a subfolder if you want, or it can be just in the main folder, which is what I would normally suggest. So you wouldn't actually need to have that at all. But I've had to put that in because I already have a WordPress install in travelfreedompodcast.com. So I've had to put a subdirectory in, but you probably won't need to. Once it's checked that that domain location is available, what you really, really want to do is click on the Show Advanced Options button, because otherwise it's going to just set you up with a username and password like this. I mean, this is like a ridiculous password. So you want to put your own password in, you want to put whatever your username wants to be. It doesn't even have to be your email address, it could be anything, and you can put the name of your site in there. Otherwise, your new site will be called My Site, which you can change at a later time, but it's just easier to do it straight away rather than having to find those settings. Obviously, you want to do terms and conditions, and then when you click the install now, it'll start the process, and a little green bar will come at the top up here somewhere. There'll be a little green bar saying it's installing, which will take about a minute, and then it's all done for you. Once you have got that installed and it's finished, you need to go to the place where you log into WordPress so you can start making changes and start putting your content into your site. Obviously, you'll use whatever your own domain name is here, .com, or if you're .net or whatever, but the important bit is this at the end, /wplogin.php. That is where you log into your site using the username and password that you set just now when you did your WordPress install. So once you're in there, you're going to go to sort of the dashboard. And when you get to the dashboard, it won't look like this. You'll actually have like a welcome screen because it will be the first time you've logged in, and it will take you to this dashboard up here. I'm not going to take you to that because that's got some private details about my site on it, but yours will be fresh and new, and then you can go through and start building your site. You won't have quite as many options down here because these are things that I've actually installed to the site. So we want to have a look at some of the things that you're going to want to do once you've actually got this WordPress installed. You're going to need to add some themes or something like this, optimized press, which I'll show you in just a second. These are things that make your site look like a blog, a proper blog, rather than just looking like a bunch of words on a page. So the thing that we use, this is like our premium choice option. This is something we've got installed on all of our blogs. We've got about 5 or 6 different blogs, and we actually use optimized press on all of them because it lets you do a few things. First of all, it does work as your blog theme. The blog theme is relatively basic. So this is an example of one of our sites, backpackingforbeginners.com. It's pretty basic. You haven't got loads of bells and whistles going on. You've got your basic bar across the top and your menus, which you can choose like colors for them and stuff. So it does stuff like that. And you've got your like widget bar down the side. A widget is something you install in these sidebars that does different things. So we've got like this link thing that goes to our backpacker checklist. This is all stuff that you'll be doing in the more advanced part, so that's not really in this video, but just so you know, you can put those things in there if you're using Optimized Press or WordPress. All of that allows you to do this. And yeah, so you can add your photos to pages, you create posts, that's another process as well. But your actual theme is what controls where on the page all these different elements land. So then if you went to another thing on this site, for example, you click through to one of the sort of menu pages. This has like different articles, all the photos for those articles. You can have a look at those. and so it arranges where they go. And all of that is done by the theme. That's not done by WordPress as such. It's done by the theme that's installed on WordPress. The basic theme that comes with WordPress isn't that exciting. And the one that comes with Optimized Press is a little better. It's very plain though, so we'll talk about some ways to make more complicated ones later on. But the thing that Optimized Press does that makes it really exciting is you can build landing pages, and a landing page is something that'll look prettier. So at the moment, this is the design area of a landing page for this site, for the Travel Freedom Podcast. So it's got all these element bars, but I can turn those off, and then you can see more of what the actual page ends up looking like. So you see I can put elements in certain places. I can have big buttons for action to make people do stuff. This is quite a simple landing page. There are definitely more complicated ones, and Optimized Press lets you custom build pretty much anything. So you can just move these elements around. It's like a drag and drop sort of thing. It makes it really, really simple. That's why we use this for all our sites, and it's very cost effective because it's only $97 per year, and you've got unlimited use. You can make as many pages on up to 3 sites with the basic package. So loads of flexibility. If you want to learn more about that, you can go to travelfreedompodcast.com/056, and there's an article and a podcast all about why we use Optimized Press and what's important about landing pages and how they help you make money with your blog. So that's a very important thing. As we're all talking about making money, that is one of the things that we do that helps us, because these help us sell products, they help us advertise products. Really, really useful. But as we said, if you are using just the basic Optimized Press theme, you might think, well, this isn't quite as exciting, it's not quite as custom, as interesting as I want for my main blog pages. It's good for landing pages, it's great for landing pages, but you might want something that's a little more thrilling. So what we do is we go to Theme Forest. A lot of our other themes on our other sites are actually ones we bought on here. So I just did a little search for travel blog here, and then I'll bring up some WordPress themes. The link to Theme Forest is below this video and in the article, travelfreedompodcast.com/startblog. And you see you can buy this. This is like a one-off fee, so once you've paid the $54, you would own that theme completely, and you can use it on one site. And the great thing about this is you can do a live preview. So this particular theme, you can look around it, and you see the actual homepage for the theme has actually done some quite pretty stuff. So your basic homepage is like that. When you go to a blog page, it'll just be an ordinary page. So like a post with a full screen image, for example. So quite a lot of themes, they do come with a homepage that's really nice, but then you might find that that's the only page that has a lot of sort of the same landing page style that Optimized Press can produce, and then all the rest of the page is like you've got a nice photo at the top, but then it's just text and photos and comments and stuff. So that's the reason why Optimized Press is something we use, because it actually lets you build pages that are designed to sell and designed to get people to opt onto your email list. And then of course, having email lists, those people are people you can market to in the future, send information about travel and then information about products, so you can earn some cash. But anyway, so that's an example. If you go on Theme Forest, there's lots of different themes. You can go and have a look for yourself and see what there is and choose what you want. Now, once you've got your theme purchased, there'll be full instructions with that on how to install it, but essentially you'd come back to WordPress and you can install it through here, through Appearance and Themes. There's a way to add themes. So that's pretty easy to do. You can search on Google to find out how to do that as well, but it will be instructions when you buy a theme. So the last thing I wanted to talk about on this video was how to add plugins, and then we'll also be talking about the how to make money bit. More of that will be included on the article, which you can find at travelfreedompodcast.com/startblog. A lot more information on that. So with the plugins, you would click on the sidebar for plugins there, and then you can come and search for some plugins. One that I highly recommend you install is WordFence. When we were talking about setting up BlueHost at the start of this video, I mentioned that you need a security plugin of some sort. If you're not paying for BlueHost security, you can get this one for free. There's lots of great reasons why we use WordFence ourselves, and you can learn more about that on travelfreedompodcast.com/066, and about lots of other plugins that we use as well. I also mentioned at the start of this video, as well as the security plugin, you can get a backup plugin. This is called Updraft, and this is also completely free. It's actually called Updraft plus Backup and Restoration, right there. So this plugin will do automatic backups, and it will send them to something like Dropbox or Google Drive or S3. There are other options as well for where you can store these backups, and it does it all in background, so you don't have to worry about it. You just set it to update on a regular basis, and you will not lose your stuff if your site gets taken down for some reason, gets damaged. It will all be there. So that's the main process for actually setting up your blog. So once you have all of that done and you've got your WordPress set up and you've got some plugins installed, as I said, you can take a look at the full list of plugins at travelfreedompodcast.com/066, a lot of the main ones that we use. Once that is all set up and going, you are going to want to try and get your blog into a money-making blog rather than just an online journal. And if you go and look at our article, travelfreedompodcast.com/startblog, that's /startblog, then below the quick setup guide, we get into the next section, which is how to start your travel blog and actually make money from it. And we run through quite a few steps of different things you need to be thinking about if you want this to be a professional blog rather than just for a hobby. And I said the first one is that you want this to be a blog business, not just a diary. If you just start putting articles online about stuff you've been up to, you may eventually make money one day if you're lucky. But if you actually think about your blog as a business and think about where the profit will come from in the future, then you can start building your blog around those ideas so that you will start generating income. There's lots of extra information about how you can do that. If you read the article, that's all there with links back to other articles we've written that will go into more depth on certain parts of those topics. Another step, creating cornerstone content. Cornerstone content is essentially certain articles that are really, really super informative. So instead of just something you've thrown together in an hour, it's something that maybe you've spent 10 hours doing proper research for, getting together really, really in-depth information that people are going to find super useful so that they will actually read it and go, wow, this is great and I want to share it. This is going to be useful for other people I know. And so it's SEO'd as well, and that will mean that search engines will find those articles. They will come up on page 1, and that means you'll get new customers and new readers come into your blog more easily. So more traffic equals more money. You can pick up our 8 steps to choosing ranking keywords by going onto that travelfreedompodcast.com/startblog. As you go through this, you'll see there's actually a sign up. You can grab the cheat sheet that'll give you a lot of our SEO tips. There's even a video you can find that's linked up there. Getting your social media running, very important. We go into depth here about different social media networks and which ones are best for travel bloggers. Also getting the right education. Travel Blog Success is one course that we recommend. There are other things that are recommended here. This is something that will just fast track your skills and knowledge straight away so you can actually start building a business from day one rather than wasting lots of time. We wasted lots of time when we started our first travel blog. Spent ages not really going in the right direction. Step number 5, connecting with your audience effectively. We're talking all about email marketing in this step. That's something we use a lot. That generates a lot of income. It means that we keep in touch with our audience. Once they've come to our website the first time, we can contact them again. We don't lose them. It's not like they walk into your shop and then they leave and you never see them again. They walk into your shop and they've given you your email address. So you can actually continue the conversation. And step number 6 we're talking about here is stop creating, start promoting. Really important concept that we discuss a little bit more in depth. If you just create 10 blog posts a week, that doesn't mean that you're going to start making money. You need to start promoting that content, especially if you're new, because as you get bigger, people will promote content for you because you make connections and people on social media will just share it. But if you're brand new, no one knows who you are, you really need to start making connections rather than just making new content and never getting it shared. Step number 7, getting pro blogger experience. This is something that we spent a lot of time on ourselves. We actually started working with a lot of companies. Even if you're new, a lot of new people think they can't work with travel brands because they don't have the traffic or social media following to work with a brand and like get something for free or get a hotel stay and then write about it. They think they can't do that, but actually a lot of companies are very happy to work with smaller bloggers because bigger bloggers, they want to get paid, they want to make more money. It's actually much easier for smaller bloggers to get these opportunities than they think, and we talk about that. And there is also an email you can sign up to where we'll send you a pitching template and some information about how you can pitch. And that's about it. There are some more tips from us about how to start your blog in our core concept series. There's a lot of cheat sheets. You'll get the SEO one as well if you sign up for that. So that's it. In step 8, you can come and take a look. So do read the full article, because you'll get a lot more depth than I've been able to give you in that few minutes just then. travelfreedompodcast.com/startblog will take you straight to that article. And as I said, you really can make money from a travel blog if you make it into a business. And the reason a lot of bloggers aren't making money is because they just don't make it into a business. They don't think about where their revenue is going to come from, what products they could create that would be related to the content they write. They just write about stuff they want to write about, and they don't necessarily connect that to money. So if you want to start connecting to money and you want to make your travel blog profitable, then do read the rest of our tips, and that will give you a lot of pointers on the right directions to take so that you can start earning from your travel blog and travel more, just like we do. Okay, thanks for joining me. This is Tomo from travelfreedompodcast.com and Travel Freedom Network. And once again, the link for this, travelfreedompodcast.com/startblog, and that'll take you also for the quick setup guide for getting with BlueHost and getting your themes, as well as all those other tips about how to become kick-ass and make lots more money from your travel blog. Thanks for joining me.